Hello and welcome to Berea Online. I'm your host, Chad Hembree, and joining me, we have our re-elected mayor, Mr. Stephen Connelly. Thanks for being on here. We just wanted to give you an opportunity to thank your voters and also to tell us what's in store for the city of Berea the next 4 years with continuing as mayor.
More of the same. You are right. I would like to thank the voters that gave me the opportunity to continue. It's a real privilege to be the mayor of the best town in Kentucky, and we have a lot of opportunities. I look forward to working with the newly elected council to do good things for Berea.
Are there any specific projects that you're excited about to be continued working on?
There are all sorts of projects that are coming online, but I'd say that over the next several years, that Berea will continue its interest in financial stability as well as economic development, two big priorities. We will continue to complete the funded projects that we have, and there are about 4. Prospect Street is underway. The widening of Mady Road from the bypass to the new Fairstown School, the widening of US 25 north from Ellipse to the bypass, and of course the big one, the phase 2 of the Berea bypass from 25 to 21. We will also be working hard on the infrastructure improvements that involve the stormwater drainage, the upgrade of the electric system, and a number of those infrastructure projects.
Now, when you said phase 2, it's from 25 to 21. I thought it was to 1016. I've been looking at that incorrectly.
Well, you deal with the state project, sometimes things are moved on you, but our latest information is that it has always been 2 phases, and phase 2 will be from 25 to 21. There was a significance of 1016 in that it was going to be 4 lanes to 1016, and it was going to be 2 lanes from 1016 to 21. However, probably about a year ago, the state, in an effort to save money, came back and directed the city to redesign down the portion that was 4 lanes. And so even though there is 4 lanes worth of right-of-way purchased, the construction will be 2 lanes, including the downsizing of the bridge over Silver Creek will be 2 lanes. You can evaluate whether that's wise or not, but perhaps that is why it was, there was a focus on 1016. But my information is that the second phase will go 25 to 21, and hopefully, once the state amasses enough money, they will authorize the bid of the project in 2011, and then 2 years later we'll have the bypass fully completed.
Now, this has been one of those funny things in government where it's already on the budget and actually has been on the budget, but the funds just are not there.
And that you make a good point. A budget is a guide. A budget is not an ironclad contract that requires money to be spent. A budget is a guide, whether it's state level or city, and if funds are available, if the need is still there, if everything else is equal, then the expenditure is authorized. But it has not yet been released for bid by the Transportation Cabinet.
Okay. Now that we have you on here, why don't you talk about some of the things that have happened the last 4 years that you've been the mayor? We have the new skate park and the park expansion, and there's been a lot of good things going on in Berea.
Berea has made positive steps in many ways. We strive to be open, ethical, efficient, frugal, and responsive, because as much as you notice projects, city government is about service, and it's about delivering services by our employees. And so the routine filling potholes, directing traffic, putting out fires, managing code inspections are the services that we, that are integral to our city services. Projects are important, but they're only a small piece of what makes up city activities.
Well, I think that we're on a good path, and I'm excited to see what can happen with government. I do want to remind everyone you can find the city council meetings on Berea Online now, so it's a good way to keep up.
If you don't mind me wrapping up, you had asked what had we done in the past. If you don't
No,
mind,
I don't mind.
I would just like to say I've been mayor for 8 years. It's been a real privilege because Berea is such a good community. But in those 8 years, in looking back and trying to pick out highlights, I would say there are probably 4 things that, as a city government, we would select. One would be the financial stability that we have been able to maintain, balanced budgets, clean audits, and a reserve that helped us greatly in working through the recession of 2008. The utility purchase in 2005, I think 50 years from now will be one of the singular achievements of the city of Berea in our history. I think that the response to the emergency situations that we had, 2 floodings, ice storms, unusual situations that brought a lot of anxiety and, in some respects, havoc to individuals, but the response by our employees and the way they dealt with it professionally was really something to remark and to congratulate them on. And I think that the elevated level of intergovernmental cooperation that has existed for many years, you can go back and look, and the reason why we have an ambulance service is because the 3 governments got together and helped that get established in the 70s. We have a Madison County Airport because of the cooperative effort. Now we have recently the joint 911 dispatch, which is saving everybody money as well as enhancing the services. That's one of the areas of opportunity that we continue to have, and approaching more essential service areas as a region rather than just individually. Those are some of the things I would highlight.
Well, I think it's a significant list, by far. And you're right. The way that we pulled together in what I consider a crisis with the ice storm, and the way the city worked through that, I couldn't have asked to live in a better place.
I agree.
Once again, thanks for joining us. We've got Mayor Stephen Connelly, newly reelected here on Berea Online. Like I said before, you can find the city council meetings on Berea Online now. And please write us messages. Tell us what you'd like to see on here. Thanks for being on here with us, and congratulations.
Thank you, Chad.